Okay, welcome back. Air compressor stopped working. As soon as I turned the switch on, it's about to kick the breaker. Something seized. It's not moving. So either motor or the pump. I turned it off. Want to unplug it in my case because I have it plugged in. Put a cord on it. Disconnect it from the rest of the air hose. And if it's not a cord, then turn off your breaker and whatnot. Verify power's off before you start messing around. And then, here, let's try down here. We can see better. So you'll have that cover on. It's held on by some screws. I'm gonna wipe this off. So we got those screws off. Pull the cover off. That'll help give some access. And then what I want to do is I want to be able to get this belt off. So next step is going to be taking, you don't necessarily have to take the bolts out, but we got to loosen them up. As I say, they shouldn't be like crazy tight, so that's it for that. Let's loosen them up, because then once these are loose, we'll slide it this way. You can see, should slide down a good ½ inch. These ones here. Oh, geez, this one was already loose. Try this one. Yeah, this one's pretty loose too. Like they're too crazy, so we're just gonna give it a little. There you go. See, we're all bottomed out. Okay. I'm not sure which side's easier to get off. Big one's easier. All right, so I could see this is moving, so we're good there. That means, oh man, she's locked up. It's done. That sucks. All right, so I gotta replace that. Okay, so I got that pump bolt loose. Again, 13 millimeter. And then there's one in the back. So loosen up the shroud bolts so that way I can kind of move it around and get that on there. So you can do the same thing with this one over here. There we go. Okay, so pump mounting bolts are done. We're gonna loosen these lines next, and then okay, got that broken loose. So I got these disconnected. I undid this one first because it was over top and it gave me a little bit more room to just kind of get this out. So I undid all this. That's good. And the big pulley, or the flywheel as they call it, take that off. It's 13. Okay. Oh, where'd my, oh, perfect. I don't know if this thing's just gonna pop off or what. Okay, so I got the pump off. I actually just moved it forward. I just pulled it up this way. Just grabbed the flywheel and top of the pump, just pulled it up this way. Moved it down here. So now I'll work on getting that off. Looks like you may. Okay, just so you know, dead blow gets us off. I just double taps here and a couple good taps there and came right off. Yeah, just make sure you keep track of that key. There's that key. I hit it with my hammer. I got it just about ready to come out. So yeah, just make sure you save it. Yep. Think we have that confirmed. She wiped. Okay. Just arrived today. New pump. Ta-da. Alright, so before we put the pump on, I'm gonna put the pulley on first. So, do it like so. And now you can see that. It's the key. Let's take a key. I actually just had it in here nicely, just like that. You don't need to pound this thing on. We're just gonna get the bolt and washer set up, and then it'll draw it on. Big thick washer. Lock washer on the bolt. All right, so I got this all snuggled up. So the book does, not sure you can see it right there where my thumb is, 150 to 250 inch-pounds. It's a heck of a range. So I don't know, start light and just, you know, keep an eye on it. That's about all I can say. So, you know, proceed at your own risk. But let's get this all tightened up, and now the pump will be ready to go on the air compressor. So I'm going to take the pump and bring it in this way, clear it. That's it. And you'll just line up your bolt holes. In this case, this mounting plate is threaded, so it just takes straight bolts down in. All right, just want to show you this real quick. So I got the bolts in place. This one had to use longer bolts because it's got these new feet on the bottom of the pump. Not a big deal, longer bolts. So I got those all in place. This is the easiest way I found to do the bolts rather than going through here, which you can. It's really not bad. You can get your hand in there, but just wanted to show you just because that's how I'm doing it. So zip those down in there, lose my socket, and now I'm going upstairs. Got the bolts tightened down, left this loose so I can kind of mess with the belt. So just want to make sure that, you know, it's the same part and everything, but still double check, make sure all this stuff is straight, groove and everything. That all lines up just how it should. But you still want to double check that, because if it doesn't, you're going to have problems. Okay, I just want to show you. So I just kind of looped the belt on over top, and I got the motor still loose over here, so it's moved all the way this way. And then that way, all I'm going to do is just kind of rotate this down, and that's it. All right, so I got my bolts tightened for the motor. I was able to get pretty much the tension I need. It might be able to get a pinch better, which I'll probably adjust it once I get everything on and make sure everything's working. But like I said, you have to move this motor out, and you know, you got to keep pressure on it, and it's kind of tough to do that because there's not, some of these, they actually have like a bolt and a nut here captured, and it draws it out, and you can do it that way. This doesn't have that, so I used a very non-conventional method of doing that. So I put that bar up on the back of that and kind of worked that way, and I was being gentle just because I don't like doing it anyways. But I got it where I need it. What I was going to do, but I don't have any, is I would probably take like some wood clamps and reverse the jaw on it so you can switch it to a spreader. Maybe get one or two of those, that way you're spreading it here, something of that nature to help keep the tension on the belt while you tighten the motor bolts. But so I got that all tightened up. So next thing's got the main air supply line here, that all tightened up. I got to grab the fitting from the old pump and thread it in. Get this out of here. Thread it in here, and then my other line will go right there. So that's our next step. All right, got this one on, and sneak this one over. was a little more sneaking than normal. Like I said, this motor's higher, so I have to kind of fidget with this a little bit more. And this is just compression fittings here. So I've seen, you know, some people, they basically, in between the pump and the tank, you mount a cooler, dryer, you know, in place. A couple different ways of doing that. And then you bring it into the tank. And, of course, the water separator and whatnot. So I may do that down the road. But right now, I just want to get this up and running. So that'll be another video for the future. Okay. So we got our bolts for the guard here. So we're going to get this. These don't have to get crazy tight. Just enough. That's that. Do this one and this one, because that's only plastic, so you don't need to go nuts. Okay, so we'll use the light on this. So you see one screw goes in there, one down in that corner, that corner, that corner, that corner. I'm trying to think. Yep, that's it. Okay, so yeah, I'll get those all zipped in and then to the next step. Okay, I got all my screws in, all good there. So now, all we gotta do, my case, mine's not hardwired, I put a cord on it, plug mine in, and I did this crazy little doohickey just to quickly disconnect it. That's gonna change. So once that's all good, then you can, nope, just kidding, put oil in it. And then we'd be ready to test. Okay, so I got our oil in it. We're all good there. At this point, my case, I have a cord on mine, so I just plug mine in, turn my breaker on, give her a whirl. So we're good. So yeah, I mean, the next step will just be to get it up to pressure and just kind of check everything over, you know, double check your oil level again, and that's it. So yeah, so that was my little video here, just to replace the pump on this Craftsman. It's an older air compressor, 60 gallon. So it's really not hard. And these are actually kind of plentiful online. You can get them from a few different places. This one actually came from Home Depot, so worked for me. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out, and we'll see you in the next one.